The internet isn't just one thing, it's a layered world, built on invisible connections and hidden depths that most people never see. Most of us only see the surface web, news sites, social media, online stores, everything you can Google. This is the part of the internet that feels familiar and safe, where we spend most of our digital lives. These are the public spaces of the internet, open and easy to access, much like a bustling city square or a library where anyone can walk in and look around. But beneath that is the deep web. Private email, banking portals, company intranets, anything behind a login screen or paywall. This layer is hidden from search engines and protected by passwords. The deep web is massive, making up the majority of the internet, but it's mostly mundane and perfectly legal, filled with everyday work documents, medical records, and private conversations. Then there's the dark web, a small hidden part of the deep web built for anonymity. It's intentionally concealed, designed so that both users and websites can remain untraceable. You need special software, like Tor, to access it. Tor acts as a gateway, bouncing your connection through multiple servers around the world to mask your identity. Dark websites use .onion addresses and aren't indexed by search engines, making them invisible to the average user and nearly impossible to stumble upon by accident. The technology behind it, called onion routing, wraps your data in layers of encryption, each layer peeled away by a different server, keeping your path secret. This makes it extremely hard to trace users or sites, providing a cloak of privacy that's difficult for even experts to penetrate. The dark web isn't a separate internet, it's just a hidden corner of the same network, tucked away from the main roads most people travel. Its main feature is privacy, sometimes for good, sometimes for bad. Whistleblowers, activists, and journalists use it to protect their identities, while others exploit its secrecy for illegal activities. Think of it as a shadowy alleyway off the main street, not a magical underworld, but a place where fewer rules apply and fewer eyes are watching. The fascination and fear come from its focus on untraceable activity, fueling myths and stories about what really happens in the shadows. But at its core, it's just a tool. How it's used depends on the person. Like any tool, it can be used for good or for harm. The dark web's mystery is less about what it is, and more about what people imagine it to be. Its reputation is shaped as much by rumor as by reality. Understanding these layers is the first step to seeing the internet as it really is, a complex, multi-layered world with both light and shadow. The dark web is surrounded by myths. Some say just visiting it is illegal, or that you'll be instantly hacked. Others claim it's a vast, lawless expanse, far bigger than the regular internet. The most sensational stories involve hitmen for hire and live-streamed red rooms. These tales paint the dark web as a digital nightmare, crawling with predators. In reality, these stories are mostly urban legends. The truth is far less dramatic and far more interesting. Let's separate fact from fiction. Most myths about the dark web don't hold up under scrutiny, even though they're repeated everywhere from news headlines to movies. Accessing it isn't illegal in most countries. Tor is a legal privacy tool used by journalists, activists, and ordinary people worldwide who want to protect their communications or bypass censorship. The dark web is actually tiny, just tens of thousands of sites, many of them inactive or abandoned, compared to the billions on the surface web. The myth of its size comes from confusing it with the much larger deep web, which includes things like private databases, academic journals, and password-protected sites. As for red rooms and hitmen, there's no credible evidence they exist. These are internet horror stories, urban legends fueled by sensationalism and fear. Most so-called hitman sites are scams, preying on the dark web's reputation and tricking people out of their money. You won't get hacked just by opening Tor. It's no more dangerous than the regular web if you use common sense and basic precautions. Good digital hygiene, don't click strange links, don't download random files, applies everywhere, whether you're on the dark web or just checking your email. In fact, Tor's privacy features can make you safer from tracking, surveillance, and data collection by advertisers or even governments. The dark web's real danger is the same as anywhere online: scams, malware, and bad actors looking to exploit the unwary. But the technology itself is neutral, simply a tool that can be used for good or bad depending on the user's intent. The real story is less about crime and more about privacy, freedom of information, and the right to communicate securely. The dark web is misunderstood because it's hidden, not because it's inherently evil. It's a space shaped by secrecy, but also by the universal need for privacy in a digital world. Getting to the dark web is easier than you might imagine, but it's not something you stumble onto by accident. It takes a few deliberate steps, and a bit of know-how, to access this hidden part of the internet. The first step is to download the Tor browser from its official website. It's completely free, and once installed, it works much like any other browser you've used, except it's designed for privacy and anonymity. When you use Tor, your internet traffic is routed through a network of volunteer-run servers called relays, scattered all over the world. This bouncing process makes it extremely difficult for anyone to trace your activity back to you. The trade-off is speed. Your connection might feel slower than usual, but that's the price for keeping your identity hidden from prying eyes. To actually visit a dark website, you'll need its exact .onion address. These addresses are long, random strings of letters and numbers, impossible to guess and very different from regular web addresses. You won't find these addresses on Google or other search engines. Instead, people share them on special directories, forums, or through word of mouth in online communities. Once you have the address, simply paste it into the Tor browser's address bar, hit enter, and you're inside the dark web. Tor hides what you're doing from websites, but your internet provider can still see that you're using Tor, which might raise questions in some places. That's why some users add a VPN for extra privacy. A VPN hides your Tor usage from your ISP, making your online activity even harder to track. Using both a VPN and Tor together creates a layered approach to security, giving you more protection than either tool alone. But keep in mind, anonymity is not the same as invincibility. Mistakes can still expose you if you're not careful. The tools themselves are simple to use, but it's your choices and awareness that truly keep you safe while exploring. The dark web is open to anyone with the right tools, but remember, it's a place where caution and common sense are your best guides. The dark web is infamous for crime, but that's only part of the story. Yes, there are illegal marketplaces for drugs, stolen data, and more, often paid for with cryptocurrency. Hackers and fraudsters gather in hidden forums. Law enforcement works constantly to shut these down, but anonymity makes it a challenge. Yet, the same privacy protects journalists, whistleblowers, and ordinary people seeking freedom from surveillance. Major news outlets run .onion sites to reach censored audiences. Activists and dissidents use the dark web to organize and communicate safely. For many, it's a lifeline, not a criminal playground. The dark web is a double-edged sword, a haven for both crime and free speech. Its value depends on who's using it and why. The dark web's reputation comes from media and law enforcement focusing on its worst aspects. Stories about drug busts and cybercrime dominate headlines, overshadowing legitimate uses. Dramatic language, underworld, shadows, makes it sound sinister. Movies and TV exaggerate the dangers, blurring fact and fiction. The reality illegal activity exists, but so do vital tools for privacy and free expression. The anonymity that shields criminals also protects the vulnerable. Law enforcement's public statements reinforce the image of a digital underworld. But the dark web is more than a crime story. Its true nature is complex, shaped by both its users and its technology. For many, the dark web is a tool for survival. Activists and dissidents use it to bypass censorship and organize safely. Journalists rely on it to protect sources and expose corruption. Whistleblowers use secure drop sites to share vital information anonymously. Vulnerable groups, like LGBTQ+ people in hostile countries, find support and community. Even major media outlets use the dark web to ensure access to information. The same technology that enables crime also empowers the oppressed. Privacy isn't just for hiding, it's for protection. The dark web's positive impact is real, even if it's less publicized. In the shadows, good can thrive. Imagine Jane, an employee who uncovers her company's illegal pollution. Reporting it openly would ruin her career and put her at risk. Using Tor, Jane accesses a news outlet's securedrop.onion site. She uploads documents anonymously, her identity protected by encryption and the Tor network. Journalists verify the evidence and publish the story. The company is exposed, the river is cleaned up, and Jane remains safe. None of this would be possible without the dark web's privacy tools. SecureDrop and Tor empower whistleblowers to reveal the truth. The dark web isn't just a hiding place, it's a platform for justice. Sometimes anonymity is the only way to do the right thing. The dark web isn't a digital hellscape or a utopia, it's both and neither. Its core feature is anonymity, which can be used for crime or for courage. Illegal markets and scams are real, but so are the tools for free speech and privacy. The most shocking stories, red rooms, hitmen, are myths. The real danger is misunderstanding what the dark web is. It's a reflection of humanity, darkness and light, secrecy and transparency. Journalists, activists, and ordinary people use it to reclaim privacy and speak truth to power. The dark web is not inherently good or evil. It's a contested space, shaped by those who use it. Understanding its duality is key. Don't fear the myths, learn the reality. The dark web is a powerful tool for anonymity in a world that needs it.